The solar system moves through the Milky Way at about 230 kilometers per second. Mercury's sunrise happens only once every 2 Mercury years. Venus spins so slowly that its clouds lap the planet every 4 Earth days. Earth's magnetic field extends thousands of kilometers into space. Mars's thin atmosphere means parachutes open very slowly there. Jupiter's faint ring system is made of dust from its moons. Saturn's moon Titan has lakes of methane and ethane. Uranus's magnetic field is tilted 60 degrees from its rotation axis. Neptune's fastest winds exceed 2,100 kilometers per hour. The dwarf planet Eris is almost the same size as Pluto. The Sun orbits the galactic center roughly every 225 million years. A coronal mass ejection can disrupt power grids on Earth. The Sun's equator rotates faster than its poles. A differential rotation. The faint zodiacal light comes from dust near the Sun. The Moon's dust smells like gunpowder to astronauts. Lunar Maria are ancient lava plains. Craters at the Moon's poles may contain frozen water. Earth's shadow causes lunar eclipses. Meteorites over 4 billion years old have been found on Earth. Every year, about 100 tons of cosmic dust falls on our planet. A day on Mars is only 37 minutes longer than an Earth day. Jupiter emits radio waves detectable from Earth. Saturn's hexagonal storm is twice the size of Earth. Uranus radiates little internal heat, unlike other giants. Neptune's moon, Triton, may have geysers of nitrogen. Kuiper belt objects preserve the early solar system's chemistry. A light year is about 9.46 trillion kilometers. Astronomers detect planets by the wobble of their stars. Some planets orbit 2 suns. Brown dwarfs glow faintly in infrared light. The Milky Way is warped, not flat. Dwarf galaxies orbit larger ones like satellites. Galactic collisions often spark star formation. Supermassive black holes anchor galactic centers. Interstellar dust grains contain complex organic molecules. Cosmic rays create carbon-14 in Earth's atmosphere. Pulsars keep time more precisely than atomic clocks. Magnetars can emit X-ray flares across galaxies. Quasars are among the brightest objects in the universe. The observable universe has a radius of about 46 billion light-years. Earth formed about 4.54 billion years ago. The planet's first life appeared roughly 3.8 billion years ago. Continents drift at roughly the speed fingernails grow. Earth's crust floats on semi-molten mantle rock. The outer core is liquid iron and nickel. Volcano eruptions recycle elements from deep inside Earth. About 1,500 active volcanoes exist worldwide. Earthquakes release stored energy along faults. The Richter scale is logarithmic. A magnitude 7 quake is 10 times stronger than 6. Earth's atmosphere reaches over 10,000 kilometers, thinning into space. The highest clouds form near 80 kilometers altitude. Jet streams steer global weather. The ozone layer lies 15 to 35 kilometers above the surface. Greenhouse gases trap infrared heat. Water vapor is the most abundant greenhouse gas. Lightning can form ozone in the air. Thunderstorms generate radio waves called spherics. Hailstones can grow as big as softballs. Hurricanes draw energy from warm ocean surfaces. Tornado funnels rotate clockwise in the southern hemisphere. Deserts occur on every continent. Antarctica receives less than 5 centimeters of precipitation annually. Some deserts have underground aquifers sustaining life. Permafrost can trap ancient viruses. Ice cores reveal past atmospheric CO2 levels. Coral polyps build reefs millimeter by millimeter. The Amazon basin cycles 20% of global freshwater flow. Mangrove roots protect shorelines from erosion. The The deepest part of the ocean is the Challenger Deep. The average ocean temperature is about 3.5 degrees Celsius. Salinity varies with evaporation and rainfall. Sea ice reflects more sunlight than open water. Ocean currents can take centuries to complete a circuit. The thermohaline circulation drives deep sea flow. The biosphere extends from ocean trenches to high atmosphere. Photosynthesis powers nearly all ecosystems. Only 1% of Earth's water is usable freshwater. Glaciers cover about 10% of land today. Earth's magnetic poles have reversed hundreds of times. Tree rings record ancient climate changes. The average adult human body has 100,000 kilometers of blood vessels. The human brain weighs about 1.4 kilograms. Neurons communicate across gaps called synapses. The cerebrum handles thinking. The cerebellum handles motion. The spinal cord contains about 13 million neurons. The heart's rhythm is controlled by electrical impulses. Capillaries are thinner than a hair. Red blood cells live about 120 days. The liver processes roughly 1.5 liters of blood per minute. Kidneys filter about 180 liters of fluid daily. The stomach's acid is strong enough to dissolve zinc. The small intestine absorbs most nutrients. The large intestine houses beneficial bacteria. Bones are 31% water. The skeleton renews roughly every 10 years. Cartilage cushions joints from impact. Fingernails grow faster in summer. The human eye can distinguish about 10 million colors. The ear converts sound waves into nerve impulses. Balance is sensed by fluid in the inner ear. Olfactory cells can regenerate throughout life. Taste buds detect umami from glutamate. Sleep helps the brain remove waste proteins. REM sleep is linked to vivid dreaming. Infants spend about half their sleep in REM. The human microbiome outnumbers body cells. Viruses can infect bacteria. They're called bacteriophages. Bacteria reproduce by binary fission. Some bacteria live in boiling hot springs. Fungi reproduce with microscopic spores. Mosses were among the first land plants. Trees transport water upward through xylem. Photosynthesis converts carbon dioxide and light into sugars. Seeds contain embryonic plants. Sunflowers bloom only once a century. Insects make up 80% of known animal species. Butterflies taste with their feet. Ants can lift objects 50 times their weight. Dragonflies can fly backward. Bees navigate using the sun and polarized light. Birds migrate thousands of kilometers guided by magnetic fields. Penguins recognize mates by voice. Whales communicate through infrasonic songs. Sharks detect tiny electric fields from prey. Crocodiles have pressure sensors on their skin. Octopuses change color using pigment sacs called chromatophores. Sea turtles return to the beach where they hatched. The axolotl can regrow limbs and organs. Naked mole rats feel no pain from acid. Slime moles can navigate mazes. Matter exists in 4 common states: solid, liquid, gas, plasma. Bose-Einstein condensates form near absolute zero. Atomic nuclei hold 99.9% of an atom's mass. The strong nuclear force binds protons and neutrons. The weak force governs radioactive decay. Electromagnetic force acts over infinite range. Gravity influences all matter with mass. Coulomb's law describes electric attraction and repulsion. Photons carry energy, but have no rest mass. 1 mole equals 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd particles. Chemical bonds form by electron sharing or transfer. Ionic bonds occur between metals and non-metals. Covalent bonds share electrons. Metallic bonds allow conductivity. Hydrogen bonds hold DNA strands together. Catalysts speed reactions without being consumed. Oxidation is electron loss. Reduction is electron gain. Acids release hydrogen ions in water. Bases produce hydroxide ions. pH 7 is neutral. Distillation separates liquids by boiling point. Chromatography separates by molecular weight. Temperature measures average kinetic energy. Pressure is force divided by area. Density depends on mass and volume. Buoyancy explains floating. Friction converts motion into heat. Entropy tends to increase in closed systems. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Momentum is conserved in closed systems. Newton's first law describes inertia. Newton's second law relates force, mass, and acceleration. Newton's third law: every action has an equal reaction. Work equals force times distance. Power equals work divided by time. Waves transfer energy without moving matter. Frequency is waves per second. Amplitude measures wave height. Refraction bends light through glass or water. Reflection changes direction on surfaces. Diffraction spreads light around edges. Interference makes bright and dark patterns. Sound intensity is measured in decibels. Ultrasound frequencies exceed human hearing. Infrared radiation is heat energy. Ultraviolet causes fluorescent glow. X-rays reveal bone structures. Gamma rays arise from atomic nuclei. Nuclear fusion powers the sun. The Higgs boson gives particles mass. The sun's light takes just over 8 minutes to reach Earth. A day on Mercury lasts 59 Earth days. Venus reflects more sunlight than any planet. Mars' thin atmosphere makes its sunsets blue. Jupiter's moon Europa likely hides a global ocean. Ganymede, another moon of Jupiter, has its own magnetic field. Saturn's moon Enceladus sprays water into space. Uranus's tilt makes it appear to roll around the sun. Neptune's color comes from methane absorption of red light. Pluto's orbit sometimes brings it closer to the sun than Neptune. Comets release tails only when near the sun. The asteroid Ceres is also classified as a dwarf planet. The largest known asteroid is about 940 kilometers wide. The sun's core reaches 15 million degrees Celsius. The sun vibrates like a musical instrument. Solar prominences can loop hundreds of thousands of kilometers. Mercury's poles may contain frozen water. Mars' Olympus Mons is 2.5 times Everest's height. Jupiter's magnetosphere could fit the sun inside. Saturn completes a rotation every 10.7 hours. Uranus's rings are dark, made mostly of ice and rock dust. Neptune's storms come and go within years. The moon's temperature ranges from minus 173 degrees Celsius to plus 127 degrees Celsius. Earth's magnetic field traps charged solar particles. Cosmic rays constantly strike Earth's atmosphere. A black hole's singularity has infinite density. Hawking radiation may cause black holes to evaporate. Neutron stars spin so fast they emit radio pulses. Supernova remnants form nebulae. The Crab Nebula was recorded by ancient astronomers. Some galaxies have active cores called AGNs. The Milky Way contains giant gas clouds forming stars. A light year measures distance, not time. Light from the Andromeda Galaxy is 2.5 million years old. Space expands faster than light travels. The universe has no known edge. Cosmic background radiation is 2.7 Kelvin. Early galaxies formed only 200 million years after the Big Bang. Quasars are powered by black holes billions of times the Sun's mass. The Milky Way and Andromeda will merge in 4 billion years. Earth's inner core may rotate at a slightly different speed than the crust. The crust under oceans is thinner than under continents. Continental drift moves land about 2 centimeters per year. Mountain ranges form when tectonic plates collide. Volcanoes release gases that build Earth's atmosphere. Lava cools to form basalt rock. Pumice is a volcanic rock light enough to float. The Pacific Ocean covers nearly 1/3 of Earth's surface. The Mariana Trench is deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Coral reefs grow only in warm, shallow seas. Seaweed forests absorb vast amounts of carbon dioxide. Ocean currents transport heat around the planet. The Gulf Stream keeps northern Europe mild. The Sahara can reach 50 degrees Celsius by day and near freezing by night. Deserts can exist at polar regions too. Permafrost preserves Ice Age remains. The Amazon holds more species than any other forest. Bamboo can release 35% more oxygen than similar trees. Rainforests recycle over 75% of their rainfall. Volcano ash can create fertile farmland. Some caves have ecosystems cut off from sunlight. Stalactites hang from ceilings. Stalagmites grow from floors. Earthquakes occur about 500,000 times a year, most too small to feel. Lightning can strike up to 20 kilometers from its cloud. A bolt of lightning lasts less than a second. Thunder is the sound of rapidly expanding air. Tornado winds can exceed 480 kilometers per hour. The calm center of a hurricane is called the eye. Tsunamis travel faster than commercial jets. Glaciers carve U-shaped valleys. Ice cores preserve ancient air bubbles. Melting glaciers contribute to rising seas. The ozone layer protects life from UV radiation. Acid rain forms when sulfur mixes with water vapor. Earth's gravity is slightly weaker at the equator. The magnetic North Pole moves about 40 kilometers per year. The Great Lakes contain 20% of the world's fresh water. The Dead Sea's salt content makes floating easy. The Nile flows northward into the Mediterranean. The Amazon discharges enough water to fill 83 Olympic pools per second. Human DNA is 99.9% identical across all people. Each cell contains about 2 meters of DNA coiled inside. Your body replaces 98% of atoms every year. The human heart pumps about 7,500 liters of blood daily. Red blood cells are made in bone marrow. The brain has no pain receptors. Neurons can transmit impulses up to 400 kilometers per hour. About 70% of the immune system is in the gut. The stomach regenerates its lining every few days. Taste buds live about 10 days. Your nose can remember 50,000 scents. Skin cells form a new outer layer every month. The average person has about 5 million hairs. The cornea gets oxygen directly from air. The liver can regrow to full size. The pancreas produces digestive enzymes and hormones. The small intestine is longer than the human body. The large intestine absorbs water and minerals. The appendix hosts helpful bacteria. The brain uses glucose as its primary fuel. Humans share 50% of DNA with cabbage. Octopuses have 3 hearts. Starfish can regenerate whole bodies from one arm. Seahorses are the only animals where males give birth. Dolphins sleep with one brain hemisphere at a time. Crocodiles swallow stones to help digest food. Owls rotate their heads almost 270 degrees. Penguins have waterproof feathers. Hummingbirds beat wings up to 80 times per second. Sloths can swim faster than they can walk. Spiders taste through hairs on their legs. Butterflies detect color through their feet. Ants never sleep. Bees communicate using dance patterns. Bats are the only flying mammals. Some jellyfish can revert to earlier life stages. Coral animals create limestone skeletons. Fungi are more closely related to animals than plants. Trees talk through underground fungal networks. Some plants close leaves when touched, like the mimosa. Venus flytraps snap shut in under a second. Sunflowers follow the sun daily. Oldest known living tree is over 4,800 years old. Some seeds germinate after thousands of years. Algae produce about 50% of Earth's oxygen. Lichens are partnerships of fungi and algae. Deep-sea fish produce light through bioluminescence. The coelacanth was once thought extinct for 65 million years. Sharks predate trees in evolutionary history. Birds are direct descendants of dinosaurs. Everything you see is mostly empty space. A sugar cube contains more atoms than there are stars in the universe. Diamond and graphite are both pure carbon. Oxygen is paramagnetic, attracted to magnets. Helium doesn't solidify under normal pressure. Sodium metal bursts into flame in water. Mercury expands and contracts with temperature, enabling thermometers. Gold is so malleable it can be beaten into atoms-thick sheets. Silver tarnishes when it reacts with sulfur in air. Rusting is slow combustion of iron. Plastic is made of long hydrocarbon chains. Glass is a supercooled liquid, not a solid. Water expands by 9% when frozen. Ammonia cleans surfaces by dissolving grease molecules. Carbon dioxide is denser than air. Hydrogen is used in rocket fuel. Nitrogen makes up most of Earth's atmosphere. Silicon semiconductors power electronics. Pressure can turn carbon into diamond. Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide. Sound travels faster in steel than in air. Light bends when moving between materials. Heat rises because warm air is less dense. A vacuum cannot conduct sound. Entropy measures disorder in systems. Gravity is the weakest but most universal force. The electromagnetic spectrum spans radio to gamma rays. Time slows near massive gravity wells. Energy and mass are equivalent. E equals mc squared. Absolute zero halts all molecular motion. Superconductors allow current with zero loss. Lasers amplify light by stimulation. Friction converts motion to heat. Pressure increases boiling point. Buoyant force equals weight of displaced fluid. Black objects absorb all visible light. Mirrors reverse direction, but not top and bottom. Rainbow colors appear from water's refraction. Magnetism weakens with distance squared. Gravity accelerates all masses equally in a vacuum. The first electric battery was invented in 1800. The first photograph took 8 hours of exposure. Telegraph wires connected continents by the 1860s. The first phone call occurred in 1876. The first radio transmission was in 1895. Airplanes became practical by 1910. Penicillin was discovered accidentally in 1928. The first computer weighed 27 tons. The first email was sent in 1971. The World Wide Web was created in 1989. GPS works through atomic clock timing. AI recognizes handwriting and speech. Robots weld cars in factories. 3D printers make airplane parts. Solar panels work even in cold weather. Wind farms operate at night. Electric cars use regenerative braking. Satellites photograph wildfires in real time. Space telescopes detect planets by dimming starlight. Quantum computers use qubits that exist in 2 states. Machine learning powers modern search engines. Drones survey crops for irrigation. Biofuel comes from plants and algae. Smart grids balance electricity demand. Wireless charging uses magnetic fields. Nanorobots may deliver drugs inside the body. CRISPR can disable viruses in DNA. Gene drives could control mosquito populations. Robots assist the elderly in daily tasks. VR therapy treats trauma and anxiety. AR helmets guide surgeons with overlays. Robots explore lunar caves. AI interprets satellite imagery for deforestation. Lab-grown coral restores reefs. Fusion reactors like ITER aim for clean power. Reusable rockets reduce orbital debris. Space probes collect asteroid samples. Hydrogen fuel cells power buses. Smart windows adjust light automatically. Biodegradable sensors monitor soil health.